Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give me 1 second here. Howdy, howdy. All right. This is why I hate people directly. At least do me the favor and close my hood, please. Thank you, sir. Hello. I did, buddy. Am I muted still? Hello, hello? Oh no, we're good, we're good. Actually, what I need to do is turn off my headlights again and do light test. Buddy, you already know the answer to that. Now, there is one thing I don't like about the CEs, and that there's a delay on the door. Like the Bluebirds have. And it's not really realistic in a way. Okay, I have nobody on the bus. Right, we're good. we're gonna play that game. I'm going in third person. One and two. Okay. Buddy, I don't have the time in my life to do that. I stand by what I just said, buddy. One and two. I'm sorry, three. This will only take 1 second. Howdy.
How are you?
Doing pretty good.
I'm doing. There's a fire, like a brush fire, about 20 miles from me in a
Yikes.
city. And there was one actually like a half mile away that lasted like 6 days, but it was like a wood chip pile, and they
Ah.
could not get it.
You know, I actually didn't expect this, but they actually gave me a option of CEs to use the spare bus.
Wow.
They have an older 2nd gen and an older 1st gen.
I'm guessing you went with the first or the second.
I went with a second, yeah, which runs off of the same engine, but whatever.
Yeah.
I have a spare bus because I broke the door switch on the route bus, and that's actually going to be back in the afternoon.
Is that the 23rd gen?
Yep.
Nice. How you liking it?
It's the only bus with an engine fan.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive that then.
I mean, it's the only reason why I'm driving it.
Yeah. Which school are you doing?
I'm doing my high school routes. So my assigned school is the 2nd high school.
10-4?
And I do have some new stops.
Nice.
I now go by the auto parts store.
Oh, nice. It's been a long day. I've been.
Yeah. Now.
Go ahead.
So now about the CEs. They do not let you activate the red overrides or open the doors when you are in motion. It will just beep at you, and it doesn't do that in game, I noticed, but it does that in real life, so.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if they actually did that in game, but who am I to judge?
I'm gonna save this and then do it right as I say it, so that way it doesn't get through. I really want to say no to this person in your chat, can I?
Oh, you were doing what now?
Can I say no to the person that keeps asking you to add them?
Feel free to, because I've already said the same thing.
Okay.
As a matter of fact...
Hang on, I got it.
You've got a promotion.
Oh, yay. Thank you.
Of course. Oh, he's not going to school. I I missed that house. Thanks.
Yep, you're welcome.
Good lord, a lot of my high school students are not heading to school.
I mean, yeah. When you were in school, were you allowed to, when you're in middle school, were you allowed to ride the elementary bus?
We never separated any students. We actually
Oh.
carried all 3 schools in one bus.
Oh, good lord.
Well, we also have 7 route buses and 2 spares.
Y'all are like a smaller town, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I think so we have, the way my district does it, it's weird. So we go off of 100 numbers, so 300, 400, 500. And the 400, which is mine, that's the one I'm most familiar with, we have 25 regular ed, 3 handy buses, and then we
Yeah.
have 3 regular spares and 2 handy spares. But we're an all C2 fleet. We don't have anything other than C2s. We were actually supposed to get this, but they gave it to us in 2 weeks, and we said, no thank you, we want our money back. Because it broke down, and it was a brand new bus.
Although that's probably because it is a brand new bus and it usually things tend to break.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you get a reliable bus. It has to break first.
Yeah.
And to those watching and just not commenting, that is a true fact. Oh boy.
Yeah. They started saying stuff like, are you blind?
Yeah, that's typical for him.
Is this a repeat?
Uh-huh. Actually, this has been the first time in I don't know how long since he has been on the stream.
Shoot, 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 shoot. Why did I do that? Everything's fine. One of my friends messaged me and tried to open it while I was driving.
Yeah, that's not always the greatest thing to do.
Yeah, I'll text her back in a minute. It's actually, I do bowling with, you could technically say professionally, but I do USPC. And my old partner had me added on here, and that's who was DMing me.
Ah.
I actually haven't seen her, and she dropped out to do, I don't know what it is. It's called Winter Guard. I have no clue. But she also was doing bowling since she was 3, and yeah, so. But every year I've always lost a partner. If I get one, I never make it to the end of the year with one. And that's why I tried to go with her. Because, I mean, she'd been there ever since I'd been bowling 4 years as of this year, which is when she left. So, I mean, I've known her 4 years. Even though the first year was kind of not fun. Kind of hated each other's guts.
Well, that's how bondages are
Yep.
created.
Yep. I haven't seen her in almost 6 months, so.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she quit towards the beginning of the thing. She got, like,
Yikes.
I think a month in, and then quit. How many more stops you got?
Let me see. Uh, 5, the 5th one being the intersection by the auto parts store where it curves.
Okay. So, funny story, I put a order in for about 25 to 30 buses from Broward, and they had to, I would want them to change it to Georgia spec. How much do you think it costs?
Oh,
How
too
much?
much. I'm not even gonna make
20,000
a.
Robux. But don't forget, they're also high quality and they're doing everything for you. And I just ordered one bus from the entire fleet. Like, I
Huh.
didn't even order the entire fleet.
Oh
Like, I would have
boy.
had well over 150 buses for the entire fleet, including spares and pansies.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm making a Lowndes company. Well, I partnered with a neighboring county's company,
Uh-huh.
so that already was doing Lowndes. So we just pulled them together, and I'm doing
Isn't
Lowndes
that
now.
the one that has the $12.99?
Yes,
Perfect.
and that is actually my bus, so you can't get it.
But in real life, it's supposed to be a spare this year.
Yep, unfortunately. So whatever Lane gets, I'm gonna grab it. And then my partner in all this is actually going to be driving 175, 22 175, which is actually Lane's dad's
Yeah.
bus, and he's also the superintendent for the
Right.
transportation.
Isn't that always cool to think about?
Yeah, how you still have, like, the superintendents still have buses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while they're going to have drivers that get sick all together, and they're going to have everyone on hand, and that's probably going to be one of the people.
Yeah.
Because I know he does, like, field trips and stuff. Also, 2549 and out to HS2.
Alright. Got 2 more left.
Also, why don't you take a look in chat when you get a second?
Which one?
Stream chat. So, apparently I found this out. If you time someone out, all their messages go away.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I can actually view them too.
Yeah, I can too. This is actually the first time I've ever become a mod on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Well, I figured.
Yeah.
Since
I've been playing with it for a while.
Yeah, and the other thing is you're always there when it came to people giving me a wee bit of grief, so I figured why not give it to you.
Yeah, I try to. I try to do the best with what I can.
Yeah.
549 to HS2. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
What?
I just had check engine light come on.
Oh, good.
Guess what kind of bus it is?
3rd gen?
Yep.
No,
With
don't
the
do that.
electronic.
Oh yeah, I have yet to find one that does not have one. On the bright side, I can reach that, I know for a fact.
Yeah.
I wish they had the actual Allison transmission the 2nd gens always had. instead of the
Yeah,
truck transmission thing.
I think it could be. Because that's also where you're. Oh, good God. Hang on. 2549 to base. My bus is overheating.
There it is.
You know me, when one goes wrong, it all has to go wrong.
Yeah, well...
I am going to drive a D3.
Hey, what?
You know, a D3 RE.
Is that even in game?
I'm in it right now.
Because I know we have an A3.
Go all the way up. It's under seasonal. It's not a game pass.
Oh. I didn't know that. I never even tried to spawn one, really. That's good to know.
Parking brakes weird.
The what?
Parking brake.
Is what on it?
Sounds weird.
Oh. When does it not?
What the crap is that horn? I have so many words that I'm not going to say right now.
Yeah.
Mainly because I ain't getting in trouble with you.
Yeah, 2428 en route to HS2.
10-4.
I'm
Okay,
actually
I'm
stuck at a traffic light.
Wow.
On the plus side, I'm not going to be stuck behind that train very long.
Yeah.
Because the tail end of it has already gone by.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I still have to wait for the crossing to deactivate before I do my railroad crossing procedures.
Yeah.
Because safety first.
Yep. I can't tell if this is a T444E or a DT466.
On the first gen?
Yeah.
Should be a DT.
Yeah, I didn't think Florida got T-triple. It just sounds like a...
Well, the engine sounds a lot like... Yeah, but...
It's the startup that I was talking about more.
Yeah, no, the startup is for sure a DT466.
You think so?
Oh, I know so, because we have a brush truck that does the exact same thing and has the DT466 engine in it.
Noted.
I normally pull all the way up.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what? Hang on. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, the first gen has two wipers. Two wiper tops.
Yeah. If you hit G, that pretty much does both wipers at once.
Yeah.
And they do get out of sync, but the only thing I don't necessarily enjoy about it, even though it probably does this in real life, is they never return to center like it is now.
Well, they're air powered. That's all it on. It's just as soon as you cut the air, they stop moving. Yeah, it's definitely.
I don't think that is really the case. I know they're not that old.
And I just want to see the lights on this. Oh! You see that strobe pattern?
The strobe light or the stop signs?
Stop. Stop sign.
I do, however, notice that you have a light out on the front of the rear stop sign. I don't know if that's the same way on your side.
Front or rear stop sign?
It's
Yeah, yes, out. Dang it.
it's
And-
fine. I wouldn't even write it up really
Yeah, I'm not going to.
because
Like I probably didn't need to up. I just go into there and tell them Sam. And they get right on it.
yeah, I need to switch it to 6:30 and then I'm going to end up staging at a gas station till 7.
Whoa. There's a layover spot, you know? Yeah, let me show you why I lay over.
Oh, I know. It's just I would be still on route, and I noticed.
Yeah.
I did notice that that the gas station right after the tracks was gonna be perfect for me because I would be out of the way either way. Also, the other thing is our first gen, when the parking brake released and the foot was taken off the brake, it never sounded that high pitched.
Yeah.
That's actually what the current route buses do on good
Yeah.
days. Sometimes it's louder.
Yeah. Oh crap, you know what I forgot I gotta get made now?
What?
3rd gen CEs for Lounge. They're getting 3rd gens.
Oh.
I forgot about that. I forgot to put that in the order.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
probably
turning right here.
Another time. Oh, come on. So, when you go over crossings, if the thing is down, do you leave your door open or do you close it?
No, I leave them closed until the trains pass.
That's different from what I do. Fuck you, this thing.
I'm just gonna turn my bus off, which means I now have to do a child check, which is not a thing right now, and I wished it was. I
Yeah.
can only imagine what else I can hate on about C2s.
Actually, if your district doesn't spec it, it doesn't do that alarm.
Well, my district doesn't even buy them.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait for us to start buying 3rd gens, and I'm not going to be riding them because I don't go to public school. Yay me.
Yeah.
Okay, not going to school today. Do you want to do middle school, elementary together?
As one route, or
Yes.
I wouldn't recommend that, considering I usually have a full bus anyway, and because this bus also is missing one seat
Oh.
out of the
That
rear.
needs to get rid of. Yeah, that's probably not drivable.
Well, it
I don't
looks
know.
like it hasn't ever had one before at the very back. It has one on the driver's side, the little one.
Okay.
It doesn't have one right next to it,
Okay.
which tells me that it probably is not a 78 passenger bus.
Florida, I think, specs some 72.
That might be the case.
I know Sarasota gets their C2s in 77. The new ones, at least.
Yeah. Not sure what the 3rd gen CEs hold. Might be 78.
66, 72, and probably 78.
Because they seem like they have more.
Yeah. I want to. Yeah. So, you want to know something funny that I did?
Sure.
I sent an email to the superintendent of the transportation agency, of the transportation at Lowry.
Uh-huh.
I did get it. I guess. It's probably also because I asked for like a fleet chart or something, so. Not surprised I didn't get anything right.
The other thing too I forgot to mention to you is usually during my high school routes I usually end up with 3 middle school students.
Yeah. See, that's what my district let me do, because I was friends with just about like everyone at the transportation agency. At transportation at 400 at least. And they weren't supposed to, but they did let me ride ES when I was in 6th grade. Now, I'm towards the end of the route, so...
Okay, well, I just picked up my first student.
What'd you say?
Said I just picked up my first student, so I'll try and hurry as much as I can.
What do you mean?
Didn't you just say you were almost at the end of your route?
No, in real life, when I was public, when I rode the bus. Give me 1 second, I gotta go get my food. I'm hungry.
That's perfect. Sounds good, sorry. I forgot to announce that 24-28 was starting middle school.
I am back.
Alright.
And I just want to make this clear: no one has said anything since that. If
No,
y'all want
I
to
noticed.
chat, if y'all want to chat and talk, that's fine. Just don't spam and spam and spam.
Right.
So another thing I'm gonna say, I didn't eat the entire time I was sick. Like I
Say-
went like 2 days without eating.
Oh.
I was literally running on Pedialyte. Pedialyte mixed with water. Yeah. I did not feel good. Hate when it does this. Oh, you're like right by me.
Huh?
You're right by me.
Oh, yeah. I was just gonna say, I thought I heard a first gen somewhere.
Yep.
Sad that I can tell what type of bus it is just based off of its parking brake sound.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you with our fleet because the 08s have like a little tone to it when you set the brake, but the 09s don't, and it's that like the slow set. So it's easier for me to tell.
Are you right in the same street I am?
Yep.
Okay. You might just be right behind me then. Ooh, don't hit their garage.
Hot. Ooh. I didn't have the ice in that. That sounds cool for a while. I had my grandma make me some ramen. By ramen, I mean ramen.
Yeah. They're not going. I simply don't do that.
That's something my district actually says, is if they aren't out there, 2 honks, wait 15 seconds, 15 to 20 seconds with 2 honks, and then
my district would be either sued for it or they would get all the noise complaints.
So they, yeah. But it's at like a reasonable time. That they don't come down. They don't start until 6. They don't release buses until like 5:55, I think.
Yeah.
You don't realize how hungry you are until you start eating after you haven't eaten for 2 days.
Yeah.
You don't see this.
No, I don't. You're right. I mean, you did nothing wrong, really.
I kind of went like 50 though.
I mean, that's kind of easy to do if you're...
That is true. God, I'm used to like good chassis.
That was the wrong button.
But you hit
R.
Have you gotten your account to be able to be changed yet?
I hate to break it to you, but, no.
I hate that you have to have another account.
Yeah.
Like
They
if you have
did.
a ID.
Yeah, they did, on the other hand, I'm forgetting what I'm saying, but they did do some other things that actually made significant changes that I personally enjoyed.
What'd they do?
One, they brought, or they decided it was better to change the moderate maturity level for Berkeley County to mild again, like it should have been.
Good.
Of course, that could have been thanks to the developers.
Yeah.
But it's also been like that for years.
Yeah.
And
Personally, I can get it with like FPS shooter games. I get that. but trying to regulate like bus games, all that, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like they can easily just review what the game's about and carry on with their day.
And what's even better is
No. Sorry, continue.
what's even better is like a lot of school bus games can actually have like every owner
Yeah.
can pick and choose what the maturity level they want it to be set to. So
Yeah,
that's why you tend to see a lot of like, you know, moderate school bus games or sometimes restricted.
Yeah.
But that's also to keep some of the leakers out.
Yeah, which I like. So Broward got updated if you want to try that in a minute.
I noticed that. I noticed they got some third gens.
Yes. There is actually one in the all rank. The only thing that isn't age verified is the training center. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Hot. I'm in the process of getting that fixed. Since I can do that now. $25.48 heading to MS.
Wow, this one's missing school again.
Wow.
Must be
Is
a
that
sick
one of your
day.
MS kids that you tried to pick up?
Huh?
Is that one of the MS kids that you tried to pick up?
Yeah.
Do you hear the blinker from over there?
Is that you right by me?
I mean, if you hear the yeah.
No. I cannot.
I'm in an 08, so
Well, that makes sense.
you know me. Yes, that is you.
Oh. No, I didn't, actually.
Is that you in front of me?
Yup.
Yes.
I activate my ambers typically because I don't usually enjoy hearing the sound of my hazards. Even though realistically there would be no sound of the hazards in this bus.
Yeah.
Or in the third gens. They're not
There isn't
supposed
third.
to anyway.
There actually is. So since it's a toggle button, like it just when you push not flick on the steering wheel, now there is. So they just basically took the dash from the International LT semi, and that is one of the things on the semi.
Yeah.
Now I just gotta figure out where to turn around and I'll be heading to MS. Turn!
Why do I keep hitting my hazards button?
It happens to me wear out maybe more often than you think.
Yeah.
I've been driving. Yeah. And I also found out that I trained someone in Broward last August. So I've been with them almost 7 or 8 months now.
Huh.
Yeah. That's good, by the way. That's like really good. Hopefully I'll be in there for a couple more years. Honking dead.
Yeah. I know. I try not to honk as much because it also will scare students and other people too if they're not really expecting it.
Well, with how quiet the horn on my bus was, it was easy to do.
Yeah.
D2 horns aren't really that loud compared to like a CE. Wrong button. Forget these are NBAT.
I hate when drivers get right up touching your bumper with the mirrors, with their own mirrors rather.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm swapping buses. 1 second, please hold.
Oh god, here's the rain.
Huh?
But oh god, here's the rain. Oh, and it should be 7:30.
Yeah, I need to change my time. Oh, it's on 6:30. I didn't
Rip.
good. Yeah, don't realize.
I would have been staging by that point.
Yep.
And I turned my bus off, so... And that's something I'm...
25:48. Starting ESAM.
24:28. Same traffic.
Simple.
Speaking of the devil, there's the rain.
Yep. It is astronomical how many servers on the dispatcher have.
Ah.
Well, typically I just kind of like take it over. But I've been handling it pretty well recently.
Yeah.
I found a game with amazing Huxley buses. Are you a fan of Hux?
I mean, I'm not huge about Huxley buses, but if
I will show you this game.
If everything else works that are supposed to work on it and properly, then
all I'm gonna say is you're in for a treat.
Oh lord, I got a phone call. Hold on.
Okay. I'm fiddling with Discord because it's not working.
Alright.
I will be right back. I gotta reset Discord. You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm back. 25:48 back in channel.
24:28, same traffic.
24. So how many stops in your ES route do you have?
So this is 1. I'll just count them out as we go.
Yeah.
I have 2, 3, 4, 5. I do stop on the 5th one, and that actually happens to be my second stop. I usually pick up the others on my way back because I usually loop.
Okay.
So right now I'm right by the carpool area, and I turn right, and then turn right again after that little bridge, going like I'm going towards the middle school again, and then loop back to pick up the others. That way I'm pointing back towards the carpool area.
Okay.
Kind of weird and has full of right turns, but you know.
There's someone that
But
keeps
this
trying
is
to...
5. Six.
Did you? Oh yeah, I already told you about that. I hope he's okay. I haven't heard from him.
Yeah.
I have a friend that is in the buses that is
7.
right in the way of that wild through that rough fire. Yeah. I haven't heard from him since we were playing in Monroe earlier. You should do a stream in there in the 2014 version. I think that would
I think I probably will. This is what, 8 now?
Huh? Sorry, you don't have to. It's fine.
Well, it also is going to help me in the long run too.
I answer it.
Because I usually count out the amount of students that get on the bus.
Yeah. You need to get one of those clickers like Lane has.
You know, I just thought about that. Only problem is I'm trying to save up, but I say that and everybody else in the household would disagree with me.
Let me see how much one. What do you think it would be called? Like a clicker?
I would assume so.
Yes. Oh, there's like $6 on Amazon. Yeah, this looks like the one that Lane has too.
Yeah, because I kind of like to know if I need to actually lower the amount of students or not.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm putting in 84 to possibly more on a smaller bus that shouldn't hold more than 84.
Oh, good lord. The longest, there's the biggest dog-nosed bus that I've seen is a 78.
Huh?
Typically flat noses are 84s.
Yeah. Well,
Some of our HDXs that we used to have were 84s. Oh yeah, you can get like a pack of 4 of them for $12.
Huh.
Yeah. electronic ones, and
Yeah, I'd like to not have a digital one.
so it's actually a stitch counter that knitters use. It's like you can get 5 of them for $5. They're like $1 a piece. They aren't expensive. And I will know that because my mother is a knitter. So. And in a household of 4 dogs, that is something that is good.
Ah. And I believe this is 11. No, I think this is actually 10. No, that is 2.
I might actually buy one real quick. Let's see if I can find a good one. Clicker counter, that's what you need.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's one for $8.69, $5.99, $5.99, a pack of 2 for $5. Voice crack.
Gotta
Yeah,
love
they're like.
those.
Personally, I haven't ever even held one or seen one. I've seen, like on the old transit buses, how they have those clickers.
Uh-huh.
My electric Proterra buses had those when we first got them, and we had them for a while. And they just left them installed because their GPS system went down every once in a while, so they used that. Which personally, I might do one of those. That's actually like cool to have, don't you think? Because you can count like on, off, per route.
Yeah.
I might contact them, see if I can snatch one off of one of our Proterra buses. Yes, we have Proterra buses from 2012. Don't judge.
Hey, I don't mind older buses, don't mind.
They're electric. They're electric buses from 2012.
Never mind. They deserve to be judged.
They actually have survived pretty well. I mean, some of the brackets have broken, but they're the original brackets, and we're in the south where our roads are trash. So personally, I think they've held up pretty good.
How many of them caught fire so far?
None. The newest order of Proterra buses we got was in 2020 during COVID with the grant money. We didn't go all out. We got 5 originally and 1 test bus, which we kept. So technically got 6. We only paid for 5, but we got 6. And then and then Catbus went half of their fleet to electric in 2019, like COVID, beginning of COVID, and then we got 2 more for my location. That the town won. Also, 2548 heading to ES. But none of them have caught fire.
Shocker.
Actually, I take that back. I think U101 caught fire. But it was after an accident, and the other vehicle was on fire first, which caused another vehicle caused the fire. That's what we're going to say. Another vehicle crashed into it. It caught fire.
The bus caught fire, or the vehicle?
Fire, the car caught the bus on fire.
So the car was already on fire, and the bus was just a unfortunate exposure.
Yes. It was after a crash.
And the bus was not on fire because it had a horrendous accident.
No. And the car was found at fault as well.
Well, yeah.
That actually happened out on the side road the day that I was going to go ride, but I got sick. I used to love riding the transportation here. It used to be so nice, and I knew all the drivers just about, so I literally got to do anything. Whenever we were sitting on the Charger, they let me get in the seat. They let me literally sit in their seat while they're outside the bus, adjust all their crap. And yeah, they were super nice. I missed them. 2548 had a lot.
You're already done?
Yeah. I only have like 15 stops.
Oh. I've lost count. I see you.
Did you see me run over Herb?
Yes, I did.
So I was, yeah, it's been a not nice couple of days. That's what I was trying to say. I'm sorry.
Don't blame you. Words
Yeah,
can be hard,
think
I understand.
Yeah, my meds are starting to wear off, so I'm starting to crash.
I can understand how you feel sometimes. 24, 28.
Did you end up getting with the flood? Sorry, continue.
24, 28 en route to elementary school.
10-4. Yeah.
Quite funny. Huh. That's funny. 24, 28 arrived at the elementary school.
You went down that road right next to it, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
So I really only have one gripe about C2s.
Blind
It's that
spots?
they're turning. It's a main gripe. I have been riding C2s. I rode like an FS65 like 3 times, maybe one as a route bus, 2 as spare. When my bus went for inspection, but is the steering difference? Like some buses will not want a corner worth of crap.
Oh
and other
yeah,
buses
no,
will
that's
corner
one of
real
my
nice.
gripes about them too. The other thing too is I highly doubt I can actually get in any of them.
How tall are you?
Not even 6 foot.
Oh, I've seen 6'5", like 6'2" kids get in it.
No. I mean in the driver's seat.
Oh,
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would less likely even be able to be comfortable driving it either, because it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't tilt the way I needed it to tilt.
yeah.
And also, I do not play any form of RP servers in Greenfield. Or Greenfield? Sorry, Greenville.
Greenville.
I don't know where
Not
the field came out of.
It happens.
I used to, however, that only lasted a few seconds.
Yeah. You'll never guess what I just spawned.
What?
009. Like, second try. I'm gonna be parking, so the first row is the one closest to the road, the second is the middle, and the third is the back. I'm gonna be on the third row.
Alright.
I hope it
And
fits,
yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for traffic lights. Well, I don't really have to. There's nothing saying I can't. Well, no, I'll wait for him because the other side's turning red.
Do you typically pump your brakes out when you're done?
Nope. I usually go under and drain the air.
Smarty pants.
Huh?
Smarty pants.
Well, that's if I can find the valve for it.
Yeah, that's why I like to where the C2's drain valve is amazing. It's right in the battery box. You just pop open the battery box and drain it. I'm about to yell at someone in game.
What happened? Oh, Ronaldo?
Yep.
I hate when people do that.
Are you back at what?
Yep.
So, do you do PMs in one stream, or do you wait and then do?
Oh, I'm gonna do it in one stream for this one.
Oh. Because I was wanting to go play a different game with you for a few minutes.
Ah. Well, I'm gonna spawn the other bus.
The 24.
Yep. And I'm gonna actually despawn the bus that Ronaldo just got into.
25. First try.
I don't really... Well, that's not what I wanted. I wanted a CE. 2433, that's good enough for me.
Nope. Not even trying it. Nope. Shoot. Back up.
Oh, I don't try to flee. I just wait till they get bored.
Yeah, that doesn't happen to me. Here, ooh, I have a good spot if you want to take a couple of pictures. Pop them right here. I want to see what the light test looks like on this.
Your normal CE.
Yeah. Boo.
The one I would rather look at.
Yeah. Thank the Lord it's already been over.
Oh, thank God he's gone.
That's why I was saying that.
Alright. Now, actually, I do my routes a wee bit differently when it comes to PM. So 14:30.
What time do I set it to?
I like 14:30 better, really. And I'm actually going to the elementary school.
First.
Yeah.
I am not sure how much time I have left. That's why I wanted to do yeah. Can we say that someone is covering your MSMHS?
What?
Never mind.
Why is my... There we go.
And what I said was, can we see if someone could cover your MSHS?
Actually, they don't get out of school until later. That's my turn off.
You know the C2 has a working one too, right?
What?
A working, what do you call it? Engine fan?
Oh, I know. I wish the other CEs had a working engine fan.
Yeah, I know.
Especially the one DT466 second gen.
Yeah. Well, once you're about done with routes, I'm gonna go get this other server set up. If that's okay with you.
That's fine.
When we're done. After MSHS or ES or what do you want to do? Is it totally
Usually
up?
after HS.
10-4.
You know you can pull all the way up, right?
That's where I took the part. That's because it's easier to get to for kids.
So is the way I normally do it.
There we go.
And now we can set it for 1500 hours.
1500. That's what I have like on my phone and stuff. I use that 24-hour clock, so I'm used to something like that.
Yeah.
It's 1735 for me.
Now what's even better is this bus does what it should have done in the beginning, and that is when the doors close, the reds also turn off. Not after the doors have already closed. Do you ever notice your...
Huh?
Do you ever notice your dome lights turning off after you...
Yeah.
I bet you money that's what that's supposed to do.
Huh. I don't know. 2520 logo.
2433. We're ready to go.
Yep. I just have stops like right over here. What about you?
Say what now? The engine fan was a wee bit loud.
Oh. I just typically have stops like down these roads by here by the ES for all my routes. That's why I'm so quick, because I'm near the schools.
Yeah.
Don't forget to turn your strobe.
Oh, the strobe is actually what kills my game.
Oh no.
Because it also distracts me from my driving.
Yeah. National Weather Service. Oh, Jesus Christ. We just got declared, South Carolina just declared a state of emergency.
For the fires?
Yep. And then a no burning thing. Just like after.
That's what you want.
Yeah, it's totally love it. Luckily, I don't live around much forest, so. I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to driving, sometimes I have a bit of a lift, but
Yeah.
I'm going from stop to stop, and the stop signs can't even have time because I take off as my doors are closing sometimes.
Yeah, I
So-
sometimes do that too.
It just saves so much time.
It also doesn't help when one of the stops has a parent that always crosses in the morning and afternoon.
Ugh. Yeah, man.
But
If I were a
safety
driver,
first.
I would just, if they're, I can get like kindergarten, first grade, but around second grade, they can cross on their own.
Yeah, it's typically what ends up happening.
We had a parent on my bus. I'm not the driver, but we had a parent that would not stop coming across in the morning. So the driver just eventually started just putting her hand up, telling her to not cross when the kids started.
Yeah.
And if she did, then we just closed the doors and went without crossing her back.
That serves her right.
There it goes. My bus wouldn't shift and the stop sign wouldn't close.
I hated when that happened.
Yeah, 2520 to 2433.
Go ahead.
I just realized that some of your kids that live in that part that we were behind when I was in the first gen got on my bus, so I'm just going to go ahead and drop those for you.
Sounds good.
So I got the whole neighborhood.
I actually happen to have the students' younger brothers, so
Hey, Chief. I'm sorry to do this. I'm starting to get really bored.
yeah, no
I'm
worries.
I'm probably gonna head out. There's another route going on that I like to go on.
Sounds good.
I'm sorry. I really
No,
wanted
you're
to show
fine.
you the other game, but it's fine. We can do it another day.
Yeah.
You really like this game now, don't you?
Now that we have CEs, yes.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Alright, talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, chat.
Oh. Is there a wee bit behind? Normally I would be doing a child check. And normally the school bus sign would actually be off if the headlights were off. finish the route first and stage at that gas station again. Because we're gonna be very early. Hello. Why the parking brake sounds like that is probably because we have an electronic parking brake. Now I stage here, and I don't normally stage here in the afternoons. Just to verify. Right. I will get there early, however. Now, students have not yet been released from the high school yet. Well, now they have. Okay, now I'm getting quite curious. Where is the air release valve on this bus? It can't be that switch right there, could it? This one? If it had it in, if it actually was implemented in the game? Pretty sure it would be. Alright. No more kids dilly-dallying. where I would normally do a child check. No, stop. Yeah, my bus does not have the rear seat here. Didn't know that was actually clickable. It's always good to know. So, I'm sure next time we're gonna drive something like this. Yeah. Anyway. The time would normally be 9 by the time I would get back. I should probably change that so I'm not here always so late. Maybe we'll go back to the old ways where so there's a D3, huh? Yeah, there is. But what does it have on it? Or is it for 2011? I think I found me a trip bus. me see if it has a light test. I doubt it does. Yeah. Yeah. Hello. Oh God. Well, that's where that would be normally. I wonder... Nope, that's not how that... That's not it. So how the D3 REs normally open when they open up the hood, this actually pops out and goes up. It does not do that. It doesn't just flip. I don't even want to know what this does. All right. All right. I think that'll do it for me tonight. Well, today, for now, I suppose.